You mentioned that earlier on in the conversation that the range of disabilities that people have is incredibly broad. What is the most effective way for UX researchers to determine which people with disabilities they need to invite to participate in their studies?
So it is easier if you group your people by disability when you're doing the study. You don't want to mix in results from people who are neurodiverse and people with glaucoma, because it's just going to be all over the place. You're not going to be able to find any trends or patterns there at all. The first thing that I always recommend people do is think about your demographic and what you do know about them. So if your demographic is, for example, older men, hearing loss is going to be the number one thing you want to look at, because older men have really high rates of hearing loss, partly because of the aging process, partly because they're more likely to have been in the military and had noise exposure and things that chainsaws. My husband was using a chainsaw yesterday to cut up a tree that fell down. And I'm like, did you put your earplugs in?
Did he?
Yes. He's
good.
Yeah. So
my wife's she's an eye doctor, and she would have asked also, did he have his eye protection on?
He had goggles on, he had his chaps on, but I couldn't see the plugs. So the other stuff I could see. So yeah, look at your demographic. If your demographic is children, you're going to be dealing with congenital disabilities and children that perhaps are learning to read more slowly than their age-matched counterparts. You know, we studied some of this at McDonald's with respect to the Happy Meal games, because children with cerebral palsy are not a big part of the overall population, but they're a big part of the population of kids who want to play games. Think about who your users are, and then try to extrapolate. If tech, okay, so tech is 80% male, plus or minus the development community right now. If you're targeting that group, you want to target things that impact men, okay? Hearing loss was one example. Color blindness, okay? 4% of the general population is colorblind, but 6.5% of tech is colorblind. So that is a pretty large number of people. Men are also more likely to have autism, more likely to have dyslexia, more likely to have attention deficit disorder. So look at those things first in terms of your user research, because you're going to get the biggest amount of impact for your users.